Today I will tell you about my experience with the MSI GP66 that I bought 4 months ago. Basically, I will say what I don't like, things on which you have to pay attention before buying. First, I was planning to get a desktop-like laptop to use for gaming and video editing, but after contacting the stores, they tell me that the GPU is limited to 95 watts, which makes it much slower than I expected. In a few days I found the MSI with RTX3070 130 watts variant as next level of performance for only 200 euros more. For the same price you could get RTX3070 only in ASUS stuff, but GPU TDPs that is limited to 95 watts. It makes it much slower and basically made on the one level with RTX3060. And tough looks cheap because of its full plastic body. And I bought MSI. Let's go back to the laptop. The lid is made from metal, really nice to touch. The place nearby hinges and the rear part is made from matte plastic. Fillings are worse, but still okayish. The bottom is made out of plastic. It feels much cheaper than the lid. Here also you can see the ventilation cement copper pipes inside. Many legs are around half of centimeter high. Power brick is fine in size, not so big as for 230 watts. It's not so bulky, it's usual size 15 inches laptop. Comparison to MacBook Pro 13. Of course, it's much smaller and thinner, but also much less powerful. A laptop easily fits 15 inches backpack together with the power brick. On the sides you have only USB and mini jack ports, as well as charging indicator. Other ports you can find behind. Charging port HDMI RJ45 and USB Type-C. You can charge the laptop only with the proprietary charger. You can put the plug any side. It's cool. Charging port location is controversial. It's good that it doesn't disturb me on the sides, but it makes the plug bended. It can break the cable inside after some time. Unfortunately, USB Type-C charging isn't supported. I tried with a MacBook charger and another 65 watt, but it didn't work. Thin bezels, thick chin below, matte Full HD screen, 144 Hz, cool for games. The keyboard doesn't bend, feels rigid. Keyboard is nice, it's not loud, I enjoy it. A numpad is absent. Buttons on the right side disturb a bit sometimes. You can misclick when you wanna click enter. You can set the key backlight in any way you want. There are presets, or manually you can choose a color for each key separately. Touchpad is fine, nothing special, plastic surface, it's quite responsive, you can click only the lower part of the touchpad, fine for temporary use, but better to change it to a mouse as soon as possible. Speakers on the sides, laptop sounds horrible, short example here. There are few pre-installed scenarios for laptop performance, but I use it on the extreme performance. It's working the best, and also there is an option for extreme ventilation. Fortunately, useless. Laptop is powerful. You can see gaming performance for some games and thermals on this channel. In short, it is enough for most of the games on ultra settings. Of course I don't like too much CPU temps, but GPU temps are looking fine. One notice, laptop is loud like most of powerful laptops. In the regime of extreme performance, it is not comfortable to play without headphones. Like the most of the powerful laptops, battery life is quite weak. In the best case, I could achieve 3 hours of battery life in a regime of super battery. But is it worth buying it now? Let's see. There were presented 11th generation of Intel processors as well as version of GP66 with it, and there's also a 2K screen option. The 11th generation i7 is much faster than i7 before, but it costs 200 euros more, and in this category you have many more options. For example, Lenovo with Ryzen CPU and support of USB-C charging, more RAM and bigger SSD for the same price, or Asus Strix with 300 Hz screen. But let's go to our laptop. I think it is still a good option since it's often discounted to 1500 euros and there is no other option for such specs. You can get maximum something with RTX 3060. So far, I think it's the best specs price ratio. I've had no problems with the laptop for last 4 months. No problem with software, with hardware. If you can deal with the disadvantages and looking for a gaming laptop, I think it's really a good option.